careful of putting the preacher up this early in the morning because the preacher's tempted to lift an offering.
Okay.
Sharon, you're the first face I see after my beautiful wife every morning. And I'll do that in the morning. I look at the other station in the evening. I do wake up with you. Thank you so much for all you do. To our president, Ms. Clanton, wonderful leaders of the DeKalb NAACP, which I am a life member. And I have served with most of the presidents that are in this room across the years. To the elected officials, to those that grace our presence on today. There is a cry for peace. Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, there is a cry for peace. The Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens in 1859, is just as relevant today as it was then. These are the best of times and the worst of times. An age of wisdom and an age of foolishness. A time of belief and a time of incredulity. A season for life and a season of darkness, a season of hope and a winter of despair. When we learned that in high school and quoted it, many of us stop right there and don't read the conclusion of the story. Dickens said, however, I see a beautiful city. I see a brilliant people rising from the ashes. I see the lives which I lay down my life, peaceful, useful, prosperous, and happy. Martin King picked up on that in his lifetime when he talked about the beloved community. There's a cry for peace. Somebody needs to say something. Somebody needs to say something.
Amen.
Now, if I was in church, I'd say, let the redeemed of the Lord say so, but we in this record. Somebody ought to say something.
Amen.
We're surrounded by all kind of sounds, a whole lot of noise coming from every direction, but not many folk are making sense to address the ills of today. Everybody's talking, but things that really matter, whole substance, and that are substantive, nobody is talking. Yes, there's the crisis in Gaza, Israel, Iran, Russia, China, Sudan, political divisions, crime, inflation, addictions. But unfortunately, because I'm the only clergy on program, I want to challenge the churches in DeKalb County. Because the church has become too silent. Entirely too silent. Black church has always, even before freedom, spoke out against injustice, oppression, and holding people back, allowing them not to reach their full potential. Oh yes, we got churches and we got people that want the word. Feed me the word. But you can't talk about the word without talking about injustice, prejudice. And there are some people that are so heavenly minded, they ain't no earthly good. Martin King said the world is not being destroyed by the words of bad people, but by the appalling silence of good people. If I was in church, I would ask, can I get a witness? The only thing necessary to cause the evil to triumph in the world is for good people to do nothing and to sit back and allow failure, mediocrity, negativity, and rules, and we say nothing. I am a firm believer that the NAACP has been and is and will be that consistent voice that can change the community and this country. I wish I had a witness in here. I am convinced. I declare to you that somebody ought to say something. Yes, we have a choice of two old men. But one old man has not been convicted of crime. One old man has not told thousands of lies. One old man has not called Haiti and other countries shit countries. That other man has delivered on college liquidation and infrastructure. And let me be clear, he wants to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act and others, but he can't do it unless we vote and put the folk in there that can help the president do it. So I declare, go back to your churches and do as the Greater Piney Grove Baptist Church does. Every first and third Sunday, Sister D. Smith, the former president, is in our narthex, voting, taking voter registration, and signing up for the NAACP. You cannot get a scholarship at our church without signing up for the DeKalb NAACP. It starts with us. There's a cry for peace in the nation and in the world with black and white, gay and straight, north and south, east and west. Black Lives Matter. Make America great again. You know all they're saying is that they want to go back when you knew your place. They want to go back when you were given minimal jobs and injustice, and they're rolling back, wanting to do that to make America great again. But I serve a great God that is greater than any